The South China Sea dispute is turning into a climax. The arbitration tribunal on the Philippines maritime dispute with China will deliver its final decision in this May. In fact, this decision will not only have a great impact on China, other claimants in the region are expected to react more boldly.
And most people believe the sentence will not in favor of China. So after that, I think there will be a round of strong critics against China in the media and in West world.
And in this round of response, the US is most likely a key character with long-time accusation and act against China in the South China Sea.
I think the US side will get some momentum to send more ships to the South China Sea. So it's possible will lead to more tension. But I still believe the total situation is still under control.
But the US has already acted out ahead of the final decision. On May 10th, the US warship, the William P. Lawrence, ventured into the vicinity of China's fiery Cross Reef. A report from Time magazine says that the dispute about the South China Sea is a dispute about history and America's role. Concerns are still there whether the US will carry out force in the future.
I don't think US will use a force against China in South China Sea. That's not in accordance with US national interests. That's the first reason. Second is that in this region, South China Sea, US has no military advantage. Perhaps most American strategists don't disagree with me, but I tend to believe within this area, in so-called first island chain, China owns enough military advantage over any other countries already. China's strategy is a so-called defensive strategy. We will react, not take initiative. So I don't think the US leaders were crazy enough to involve a conflict with China in South China Sea.
Despite the dispute in the South China Sea may remain unresolved in the coming future, but it's only one part of the story between China and the US.
We do have a lot of disputes. Some of them are hot, like South China Sea. But on the other side, we should say the cooperation is still there, and there are more and more opportunities. In a very recent nuclear summit in Washington, D.C., China-US issued a joint statement on nuclear security, right? And we also signed a third document on climate change, right? So I think if we take a more balanced situation, I think a balanced attitude, we will find, although there are some issues become hot between China states, but the general structure of US-China relations is still stable.
In this year, a key Sino-US investment agreement, BIT, is expected to see notable progress. As Professor Jin says, ties promoted by investment will be stronger than that by trade. Hopefully, more opportunities will emerge for cooperation rather than competition between the two countries.